Hello students, you are welcome in my science class. Today we are going to discuss about atomic structure and chemical bonding. Students, our first topic is element. Why element? Because element are the purest substance which is consist of atom. And our main topic is atomic structure. So now first we will be discuss about elements. What are elements? Elements are the purest substance. Elements elements are the purest substance substance which are consist of atoms or same types of atoms. It is the simple definition of element. Elements are the purest substance which are consist of atoms, or we can say same types of atoms. Since these are consist of same types of atom, so it is impossible to cut elements, or so it is also impossible to divide elements into other smaller parts. We can divide one element into a smaller piece. For example, if it is gold, for example, if it is gold piece, which is consist of gold atom, which is consist of gold atom. If we cut this gold piece into other smaller part, then what happens? Other smaller parts are also gold, and gold is an element. So we can say it is impossible to cut or divide elements into other smaller parts. Now, how many types of elements are known? There are 118 elements are known, in which 92 elements 92 elements are present in nature. In nature, and remaining 26 elements are artificial elements. It means these are man-made element are artificial elements. Now question is, how we study these elements? So we can study these elements on the basis of periodic table, because these all elements are placed in periodic table. These elements are placed in periodic table. What is periodic table? We will be discuss about in earlier chapters. Placed in periodic table on the basis of their atomic number. It is simple introduction of element. Now elements are consist of atom. So we will be discuss about atoms. What are atoms? What are atoms? So its historical background. Atoms. The name atoms was given by Democritus was given by Democritus. The term atoms means indivisible. The terms atom means indivisible. It means we cannot divide atom into other smaller parts. Atoms mean indivisible. Now, question is how we can define atoms. The simple definition of atom is given by on the basis of element. We know that element is elements are consist of atoms. So atoms are the smallest particles the smallest particles which become combined which become combined to form elements and take parts in chemical reaction and take part in chemical reactions. It is reaction. Short form of reaction are called atoms. It is the simple definition of atoms. Now, atoms are the main constituents of elements and these are also the smallest particles which take part in chemical reactions. On the basis of this observation, John Dalton, a scientist, gave his Dalton's atomic theory. It is first theory about atoms, or we can say now we will be discuss about Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton's atomic theory given by John Dalton. The main postulates of Dalton's atomic theory are as follows. According to Dalton's atomic theory, the first postulate is atom or all all matters are consist of all matters any matters, anything which occupies space and have mass, are consist of small and indivisible. Indivisible means which cannot be divided. Small and indivisible particles, small and indivisible particles called atoms. It is the first postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. According to this theory, all elements and all matters are consist of small and indivisible particles called atom. And now, second postulates of Dalton's atomic theory is we cannot create atom, or it is also impossible to destroy any atom. So on the basis of this fact, we can give second postulates of Dalton atomic theory. Atoms neither created nor destroyed. We cannot create atoms, and B, it is impossible to destroy any atom. These are the two postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. And now, third postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. It is also very important. Third postulates, according to third postulates, the atoms of one elements are quite similar in all respect. It means we can say one type of elements is consist of same types of atoms, while other type of elements is consist of another types of atoms. The atoms of one elements are quite similar, while atoms of another elements are different. Atoms of another elements are different from one or first element. The atoms of one element are quite similar, while the atoms of another elements are different from one element or first element. For example, there are two elements A and B. If A is consist of rounded atoms, these are rounded atoms. So all atoms of elements A are quite similar, while element B is consist of another types of atoms. Suppose these cross represent another type of atoms. Then A and B, these are the elements. A and B elements are consist of different types of atoms. Now, fourth postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. We know that atoms become combined to form molecule. It is the fourth postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Atoms become combined to forms molecule. For example, oxygen atom plus oxygen atoms become combined to form oxygen molecules, and the number of atoms which is present in one molecule of oxygen is called atomicity. For example, the atomicity of oxygen is 2. And now atom is the smallest unit according to Dalton's atomic theory. Atom is the smallest unit which take part in chemical reaction, which take part in chemical reaction. It is about Dalton's atomic theory. Now question is, why this theory become fail, or what are the main causes of failures of Dalton's atomic theory? So the main causes of failure of Dalton's atomic theories are: the first postulates of Dalton's atomic theory states that atom is consist of no atom is consist of atom is indivisible particles. It is the very important. Now we are going to discuss about causes of failures of Dalton's atomic theory. Causes of failures of Dalton's atomic theory. After Dalton's, number of scientists done experiment or do experiments upon atom, and their experiment proved that atom is not indivisible particles, atom is divisible particles. Number of scientists proved that atom is divisible particles, that atom is divisible particles. Like experiments done in the field of radioactivity, Faraday's experiment. These are the main experiments which proved that atom is divisible particles. Proved that atom is divisible particles. So Dalton's atomic theory become fail. And now, what are the particles they form or which forms atoms? Now we are going to discuss about particles of atoms. These particles of atoms are called fundamental particles. How we can define fundamental particles? Fundamental particles We can define fundamental particles by different methods. First method or first way is the constituents particles. The constituents particles of atoms are called fundamental particles. It is simple definition of fundamental particles. Atom is consist of more than 30 types of particles, in which three particles are main, which are electron, proton and neutrons. And now second definition of fundamental particles. The particles which become combined to form the particles which become combined to form atom are called fundamental particles. Are called fundamental particles. Fp represent fundamental particles. Now, how many types of fundamental particles? So, students, there are three main types of fundamental particles. If there are three fundamental particles, then what is the position of these particles in atom? Particles. There are three fundamental particles of atoms. Fp represent fundamental particles. There are three fundamental particles of atoms. Number one, electron. Number two, proton. Number three, neutron. In which protons and neutrons are present in nucleus of atom, while electrons are present in different cells of atoms. Electrons are present in different types of cells. Cells are circular path around the nucleus, and now it is nucleus, which is consist of two main parts, proton plus neutron. Electrons are negatively charged particles, while P for protons and P for positive. Protons are positively charged particles and N for neutron, N for neutral. So neutron is electrically neutral. These are the three fundamental particles of atoms. Now question is, who discovered these three fundamental particles? So discovered by, we can learn the discovery of these three fundamental particles by a simple mnemonics: eat per notch, in which E represent for electron. Electron discovered by T, T stand for Thomson. electron is discovered by Thomson. P. P for proton. Proton discovered by Rutherford. While the study of positive rays is done by Goldstein. And now neutron, N for neutron. Neutrons was discovered by Chadwick. It is the name of scientist who discovered electron, protons and neutrons. Now we are going to discuss about discovery of electrons, how it is how electrons are discovered and who discovered the electron. And now discovery of electrons. Discovery of electrons is done by J. Thomson. Discovery of electrons. Discovery of electrons by J. Thomson. J. Thomson discovered electrons by using a simple discharge tube. So now question is, what is discharge tube? Discovered by J. Thomson in discharge tube experiment. So now what is discharge tube? In discharge tube. Discharge tube is about 1 meter long. It is about 1 meter long glass tube which is consist of a special type of glass which is consist of Pyrex glass. Suppose it is discharge tube. It is about 1 meter long and it is consist of Pyrex glass. And now two electrodes are fitted at opposite end of discharge tube. These are the two electrodes, Pyrex glass fitted with two electrodes fitted with two electrodes at opposite end of tube. The electrode which is connected with negative terminal of battery. The electrode which is connected with negative terminal of battery is called cathode, while the electrode which is connected with positive terminal of battery is called anode. So electrodes, these are actually metallic rod. These are cathode and anode. Cathode is negatively charged because it is connected with negative terminal of battery. while anode is positively charged because it is connected with positive terminal of battery. And now end of battery, cathode and anode, negative terminal cathode, positive terminal anode. When we applied potential difference, PE stand for potential difference. When we applied potential difference of 5,000 to 10,000 volt in between these two electrodes, in between these two electrodes at 10 the power minus 2 to 10 the power minus 3 atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure 10 the power minus 2 to 10 the power minus 3 is created by vacuum pump. Vacuum pump is responsible for the formation of very low pressure in discharge tube. Cathode emitted cathode emitted a special types of rays which are called a special type of rays which are called cathode rays. If question is what are cathode rays, so we can say the rays which are emitted from cathode are called cathode rays. It is the simplest definition of cathode rays, which are called cathode rays. It is the simple definition of cathode rays. Now we are going to discuss about the properties of cathode rays. It is over, and now we are going to discuss about properties of cathode rays. It is also very important for exams. Properties of cathode rays. It is very important. You have to draw diagrams when you mention the properties of cathode rays. And now properties of cathode rays. These are very important. We know that cathode rays are emitted from cathode in discharge tube. When we placed a opaque object in the path of cathode rays, it produced shadow of object. It indicates that cathode rays are travel in a straight line. So we can say cathode rays are travel in straight line, straight line or straight path. Why? We can say that these rays are travel in straight line or straight path they produced because they produced shadow because they produced shadow of object placed in their path placed in their path. It is the first properties of cathode rays. For example, it is discharge tube, it is cathode, and it is anode. Cathode rays are travels from cathode to anode. From cathode to anode. When we place a opaque object, it is opaque object placed in the path of cathode rays, then these are the cathode rays. Cathode rays produced shadow. It is the shadow of object. It is the properties of cathode rays which is quite similar to the properties of light rays because light rays are also travel in straight line. And now second properties is cathode rays are consist of cathode rays are consist of material particle consist of material particles. How we can say that these are consist of material particles? Because when we placed a paddle wheel in the path of cathode rays, they rotate paddle wheel, and the rotation of paddle wheel indicate that cathode rays are consist of material particle. If light is fall on the paddle wheel, then it is impossible that light can rotate the paddle wheel because light rays are not consist of material particle. Cathode rays, and it is paddle wheel. Paddle wheel start rotating, and the rotation of paddle wheel indicate that cathode rays are consist of material particle because they rotate paddle wheel placed in their path placed in their path. It is the second properties of cathode rays. And now third properties of cathode rays. Cathode rays are deflected gets deflected cathode rays gets deflected towards positive plate towards positive plate. When we pass cathode rays in between electric field, or other word we can say, when electric field is applied on the path of cathode rays, they deflect it towards positive plate. Why? Because these rays are consist of negatively charged electrons. So it is clear that the force of attraction set up in between negatively charged electron and positively charged plate. CR mean cathode rays in between electric plate. It is very simple. Cathode rays, anode and cathode. It is positive terminal of electric field, positive terminal and negative terminal. Cathode rays deflected towards positive terminal of electric field. It indicates that these rays are consist of negatively charged particle. And now fourth, what happens when we pass cathode rays in between cathode rays in magnetic field? Cathode rays gets deflected towards, it is fourth point, cathode rays. CR stand for cathode rays. Cathode rays get deflected towards south pole. Deflected towards south pole in magnetic field, or in presence of magnetic field. It is fourth properties of cathode rays. It is south pole of magnet and it is north pole of magnet. Now these cathode rays deflected towards south pole of magnet. These are the four main properties of cathode rays. And now we are going to discuss about fifth properties of cathode rays. These properties of cathode rays are very simple, and numbers of properties of cathode rays are similar with the properties of light rays. Cathode rays produced ionization in gas. Produced ionization. What is ionization? Formation of ions from atom is called ionization. Cathode rays produced ionization in gas. For example, it is simple discharge tube, and this discharge tube is filled with any gas. These are the two electrodes. When these cathode rays falls upon atom of gas, these cathode rays falls upon atom of gas. It is atom of gas. They release electrons of cell. So these negatively charged electrons forms negative part. Electrons produced negatively charged ions. Negatively charged ions, and other part of atom produced positively charged ions. Positively charged ions, and it is called ionization of gas. So it is very simple. Cathode rays produce ionization in gas. And now six properties. Cathode rays produce cathode rays produced X-rays. X-rays which are used in X-ray. It is also called secondary effect of cathode rays. It is also called secondary effect of cathode rays. What is secondary effect of cathode rays? And how cathode rays produced X-ray? So it is very simple. When cathode rays falls upon metals of high melting point, metals of high melting point like platinum or iridium, it produced X-rays, and it is called secondary effect of cathode rays. And the scientist who discovered electrons is William Rontgen. So students, it is over. The main topic of today's studies are element, atom, fundamental particles, electrons, and प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ कैथोड रेस। डियर स्टूडेंट्स, यदि आपको ये समझ में आ गया है तब आप इसे लाइक कर दें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें, जिससे आपको आपके पास ये वीडियो लगातार पहुंचते रहें। धन्यवाद।